Good evening and welcome to a session on business planning. My name is Colin McNally. I'm delighted to basically be in the company of Youth Enterprise today and also on behalf of Business Gateway delivering this session on business planning. First question is, what is a business plan? Business plan is a formal statement of business goals, visions, aims, and objectives. But more importantly, why they're attainable and how you're going to reach them. The document will also contain a wide variety of information about the business, its owners, employees, products, and services. Why do you bother? It's to keep your business on track. In this instance, your student business on track. To have a target to aim for. We are always interested in having that target, that competitive edge we want to have. But on top of that, is to make sure your idea, your concept, your service, your product is going to be viable. Whether it's going to be sustainable over a long period of time. Now, what I mean by that is you could end up having a product which sells once, but will never sell again. Whereas actually what we're looking for is a sustainable project that will basically sell over and over and over again. And thirdly, professionalism. You know, if you're going to walk into somebody to show off what you've been achieving, what you're doing, what your plans are, if you've got a good quality, robust business plan in place, then basically they will listen to you a lot more. They will get your idea. They will understand you've spent time, energy developing this idea. And another reason to do a business plan, why bother doing a business plan, is to measure. It gives you something to measure against. Now, whether that's the number of likes on your social media account, whether that is the number of sales you do, or the number of people you sell to, or the number of clients you have, there's a whole range of measures in there you can work to. Now, this is your business plan template. This is the way you have to work it through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way through this just to let you know what you should be doing within each of these 6 areas. So I'm going to walk through it. Now, first of all, obviously, you need a good name, a good strong name, a company name that doesn't just say who you are, but also maybe describes what you do. So the person buying from you doesn't have to think about it too much. The executive summary, as it says here, complete this section last. I will pick that up at the next slide. But let's look at the first main section, your student company details. You know, many business plans I read, I'm struggling by page 10 or 15 to actually get to know this type of thing. So I want to know it quite quickly. I want to know who you are, what your student company is, what you plan to sell, and actually why are you even doing this in the first place. The other thing I'm interested in, who are you actually going to sell your product or service to? And then also, what's your kind of uniqueness? What's your why? Why do you want to do this? What makes you stand out as a student company compared to all the other ones? Your marketing and sales strategy is the next section. And probably one of the key things you should be doing at all times is investing as much time as you can, investing in your sort of searching your marketplace, getting to know what the product is, how it's already sold, who sells it, what other offerings are out there, who are your competition. Business plan's a bit like an iceberg. There's a lot more underneath. That's the market research, even though the little bit in the top is the business plan you end up writing or the business you end up delivering. Secondly, you need to understand your target market. You know, who are you actually going to sell to? What target have you decided to basically sell to? You know, the worst thing you could read in a business case is that you're going to sell to everybody. That's not possible. You can't sell to the 7 billion people in the world. So therefore, you need to start thinking, Who exactly is my target market, my sector? Which sector am I going to target to basically make sure I deliver the most sales? Then you have to ask, why will people buy what you plan to sell? So start thinking about, what is the gap in the market? What pain point is the customer currently having that you can solve? What amount of time can you save for them? What issue have they got that you can actually assist in meeting, removing it from them? Because basically people will buy things that basically resolve their problems. And then once you've actually got to that point, in other words, who, what, where, why, how are you going to sell it? Where do those people look for things? Are you going to go in a paper related? Are you going to go in print media and put posters out or business cards? Or are you going to go into creating a website or design a new form of social media page that's going to connect into your, you're going to do TikToks, you're going to use Instagram. You need to think, how will you meet your target audience? How will you quickly interact with them? And basically, once they actually turn around and say, yeah, I would like to buy this, how do you react to that as well? How quickly can you get that product out there? I mean, think of Amazon. They take 20 minutes sometimes to get a product to you. 20 minutes. So I hate saying you're now in a world where basically people expect things quicker. So moving on from marketing and sales to management. One of the first things somebody looking at a business plan is interested in is who is actually managing and running this business. Do they have the skill set to do that? What have they got that basically can make them stand out? What have they got that actually can turn around and make this business an ideal work? So let us know your skill set. You maybe never have sold this product before, but if you've worked in a shop, worked in an office, did a part-time job, at the end of the day, basically bring that experience to this, because what people are interested in is your life experience. You might have learned from your mum, your dad, your guardian, your parents, whatever it may be, but bring all that in. Get that down in the business case. In terms of setup, okay, how are you going to run this? What IT platform, what IT equipment are you going to use? What resources, facilities will be needed for you to set your business up? Now start thinking through that. I've just mentioned there about print media. So if you're going to print business cards, you're going to print flyers, you're going to print posters. How are you going to do that? Are you going to get somebody else to do it? Are you going to do it? Who's going to design that poster? Where are you going to print them off? If you're going to create a website, again, you're going to have to go and buy such a thing. Are you going to go and have to basically host it? Are you going to host it yourself? Are you going to design it yourself? Are you going to get somebody else to design it? Or if you're doing a Facebook campaign, or an Instagram or a TikTok campaign, who's doing all that for you? How are you going to make sure, and this is back to a little bit of marketing, that you're going to have that in order of when you need it to come out? So in other words, have a plan for utilising all those types of media. But if you need laptops, you maybe need printers, you maybe need a room to work in, a room to make things in, a room to service your business from. You know, work your way through. Write a list of every single thing you need. And that's right down to a pen and a bit of paper, to a paper clip, to a calculator. Bring all that. You need to make sure you've got all that listed. And then how will you actually deliver the product? Now, is it going to be an online product that basically people just go online, buy it from you and it's delivered? Or are you going to basically just maybe sell them something actually online already, a piece of code, for example? Or is it a physical product? How do you get it from your manufacturing facility to that client? Host, hand deliver it, make them come and get it. Whole range of things you need to think about there. And lastly, what you're wanting to do is start thinking, okay, we've looked at sales. Sales is a really difficult thing to try and judge. But work out what's your total customer base, how much you can sell each product or service for, and then work out how many of those customers will buy. So that at least gives you an indication of your sales over a period of time. You then need to look at your cost of sales. So in other words, what's it cost you to make it? What's it going to cost you to deliver it? What's it going to cost you to package it? What's it going to cost you to buy in? Maybe even the delivery charges for you to buy it in. Bring all those together. Then that's direct costs. So you've dealt with your sales, your direct costs of sales, and now you're going to look at overheads. So the paper, the print, the ink, the hosting charges, whole range of things. Maybe it's buying a couple of items in Google, buying a couple of Google ads. You need to all bring that in to allow you to get to a point where you really understand what the true financial money in, financial money out, and how much profit you can make, not of just the whole thing, but of each individual service or product you sell. So now we come back to the executive summary, because as it says in your business plan there, this is the thing you do last. My best concept for this is once you've written everything else down, go and copy and paste the best bits, put it into the executive summary, and then make it a story. But I am wanting to hear about what funding it's going to take, how much it's going to cost for you to set up and do this. The woman playing the violin down there is basically about passion. I'm interested in reading on, so therefore you really need to write with passion when you're writing your executive summary. Because if you bore me at that point, I'm not going to read on. Let me know what your story is, where you came from, why you're doing this, what's the plan, the direction of travel that you want this business to go and grow. What's your target sales? And then in turn, what is your team? How do they work? Who are they? Now, my view is an executive summary should only be one A4 page. Should not be a whole massive work in its own right. One simple A4 page that covers all these areas. So where do we go from here? Business Gateway is here to help you. There is a lot of services available on Business Gateway that can help you. If you go to bgateway.com, digital skills and support, planning to start tool, whole range of webinars and events, including basically our own business planning event, which runs about every once or twice a fortnight. If you go into that, you can book it. It's completely free of charge. If you want to see a different type of template, go on to bgateway.com/resources/business plan template, and you can actually download our free business plan template there. And it will give you some other ideas of what should be included in a business plan. If you're needing some market research, then basically go and phone us. We're on 0300 013 4753. Just state that you're starting up a student business plan, you're working alongside Business Gateway, and they'll be able to even give you some market research. Obviously, we would love you to like us on all our Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube social media channels. That'd be really appreciated. And in the end, there's a range of other areas from local business support, our Business Gateway website, and even Digital Boost. So listen, thank you very much for joining me in today's webinar. I wish you all the success on writing your business plan and developing the idea and concept. Best wishes to you all. Thank you very much for your time.